Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Mimo Fitness Journey. Currently I'm 110 kilogram, which is around 242.5 pound, and finally I'm back to the last weight I was 3 months ago. So for someone who's not following, I started as 150, then I started decreasing in my weight till I reached 110 kilogram on my birthday in the 1st of October. Then for almost 2 months, I started gaining weight back again till I reached 120 kilogram, and that was the last video. Then I start saying, this is enough, I need to go back to my track, I need to start losing weight again, and 5 weeks later, which is today, I am back again to 110 kilogram. So it took me almost 3 months to reach the same level I was actually 3 months ago on my birthday. But this is life. As Rocky Balboa always said, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
So we are moving forward. We learn it from our mistakes, and hopefully we will not repeat them again, or at least we will not repeat them as aggressive as before. Hopefully I will never reach any level when I had to take 3 months to reach the same place I was already. That's also all started when I changed my daily routine. And if you watched the last video, I talked very in detail about this, what exactly changed and what is my strategy to do in order to not repeat these mistakes again. So before we go with what I did in this few weeks to reach back the 110 and go back on track, let's get this flashback from my end of my trip last 2 months.
Okay, good morning everyone. Currently I am at the airport, finished the Riyadh visit. It was a really interesting visit, to be honest. I did not follow my food plan. I did not work as good as before in number of training and stuff. So I'm really afraid actually to go back home and actually check on the scale, what is my weight. I'm sure I gained some weight. Let's see. Hopefully still the week didn't finish. We have today's Thursday, we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully in these days we will manage what we did not do in the last few days.
Unfortunately, I did not actually correct my action directly after this trip. So this trip was the start of the downward spiral, I would say. It started with, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not eating healthy, I'm actually gaining a little bit of weight. I came back, I also had another, like after 3 days, I had another trip as well, exactly did the same. Then when I gained all this weight, I was like, you know what, let me continue for some time now, break. And this kept happening till I gained all this 120. So it was not a small problem, it was a long one, but hopefully we learn from it and we cannot do it again. So what I did in order for me to come back, I focused on the 3 main things. Number 1 is definitely the nutrition, which is part of it is cooking at home. So I started going back to the balanced dish theory that I was doing, which is basically half of my plate to be fibrous carbs, which is basically vegetables or fruits, quarter of the plate to be lean protein, something like chicken breast for example, and the last quarter to be of starchy carbs like brown rice, oats, whole wheat bread, corn, all this kind of stuff. So I started first by like preparing a big bunch of vegetables so it can keep me at least 2-3 days. So in order for me to not get lazy of preparing it or anything, I was just trying to get back on track as soon as possible. I started doing definitely the chicken breast and different types of carbs, white rice, brown rice, corn, all of this. And I'm gonna show you like the different plates that I used to do, because it's not has to be exactly the same plate, like every day should be rice, chicken breast, and broccoli. When you ever see any Hollywood transformation video, I think 99% of the times they eat the same exact meal, or they say they eat the same exact meal, which is rice, broccoli, chicken breast. Which is, again, I'm eating rice, broccoli, and chicken breast, but it's not the only thing I eat. There is a lot of other stuff to do it. When you really also think about it, rice, chicken, and broccoli, it's the same also balanced dish. Fibrous carbs, lean protein, and starchy carbs as well. So the same theory, it just, you need to change the 3 ingredients that you are putting on your plate in order not to get bored. The second thing I focused a lot on, which is the eating out, this is the harder part. So if you saw the last video, one of the harder is when I change my daily routine. I cannot actually prepare this food, because when I prepare the food, I can do it in a good way. I can know what exactly I want to eat, how clean I want to eat it, how to cook it, what are the ingredients, everything. So it's much easier for me to be on track like this. The harder is when I go out, when I go with my friends. So I start planning this a lot, which is that even if I'm gonna go to a cafe and work from there for a few times, what I'm gonna order from there, how can I count the calories, or order stuff that's already counted calories there. And even if I'm gonna order something, how can, at least as much as I can, create this balance, this theory as well. So how can I go with, if I'm gonna go with bread, for example, how can I go with a whole wheat bread? If I'm gonna go with rice, how I'm gonna go with like brown rice, stuff like that. If I'm gonna go with a sandwich, this, okay, whole wheat bread, how about a lean protein like chicken breast or tuna or salmon, stuff like that. And if it is the only missing part now is fibrous carb, how about either to put some salad in the sandwich or get a salad on the side. So when you do it like this, you more or less are doing exactly the same, getting all the 3 ingredients. Just as usual, always sandwiches will have so much less vegetables, not exactly half by any way. So you always, if you're gonna order a sandwich, I always order like a salad or something beside, or when I go back home, I eat also a salad, because you cannot get half of your volume of vegetables as a balanced diet theory recommend inside a sandwich. It's very hard to do this, or a sandwich will be looking very weird. So also it's eating out. I was really focusing on this, and it seems so far it's working well. The third one I focused on was training. So I used to do treadmill, and I have already in my gym, in my building, there's a gym when there's already a treadmill, so it's very easy and it works. It doesn't open 24, but like residents have a key, so it's basically open 24/7. So at any time I can go. But again, if you watch the last video, one of the biggest issues I faced was that when this daily routine changed and I cannot actually do this, it affected my whole system, and I don't know what to do now. So I decided to actually start changing my daily routine as much as I can to get used to accommodate whatever changes happen in my life and not fall off the wagon again. So what I did, I started doing cycling. Why I choose cycling? Okay, many reasons. But first, how I was thinking about it. If you go watch, I don't know, Olympics, or a fitness model, or a YouTuber that who's all his life was being fit, they may found them doing cool sports that you want to do, but most probably if you are overweight like me, it's very hard, and maybe even it's not recommended to do. For example, I don't think that you need to start running right now, even though I think everyone, when they say, weight loss, let's start running. I don't think it's the right way, because first, based on the body weight, again, it's different from the person to person, but if you are having a huge amount of fats, if you are in the obesity range, while you are running, you are literally jumping. All of this is affecting your knees. You are affecting, and most probably are gonna get injured. I have so many people, including myself, when we started doing that, and we ended up getting injured. And the problem is, when you're getting injured, it's very hard to do training. So actually it's affecting your progress. It's very hard to even follow your nutrition, because now you are emotional, you are depressed, you don't like, why is this happening to me, I was going well, all of this. So you end up also not following your nutrition routine, so you end up falling from all of this. So usually do not start with any sport that has a high pressure on your knees, or it has a chance, or a big chance, I would say, because anything can make you get injured, but like try to go with sports that has a low chance of getting injured than a high chance. So for me, what was this? It was walking. Okay, but walking is like very low intensity workout, I would say. Like you're gonna not burn that much. Cool, you can increase the incline. Right now, actually, I do incline up to 10%, and I don't know what's called percentage or what, most probably percentage, but up to 10, and speed up to 4. So while you are doing this 10, it's actually start increasing a lot. Actually, it's almost double the amount of burn that you do if you're doing exactly the same speed but on a flat treadmill. So this is how you can increase. Second was cycling, because if you think about it, cycling, you always have your leg on the pedal and you are pushing it like this. You do not like remove and push. The same with walking. Walking is like every time one leg, the other leg. But running, no. Running, you literally jump from one to one. So cycling was the second option for me, and I really like it, because the third option was swimming as well, which is I do. But to be honest, sometimes whether it's too hot, it's too cold, so I said, you know what, this can be something in between, like during weekend, to go to the beach and all of that. But during weekdays, I think walking on treadmill and cycling can be the best option. Second, already the way where I live is very close to, actually on top of a cycling track, so that's also very good. So what I did, I started doing cycling. How? I found something called Kareem Bike in Dubai. So basically, if you have a Kareem app, you just go, you scan the bikes, and you take the bike and you have a free 45 minutes. Then if you put the bike back to any station, you can take another bike for another 45 minutes. So if you are getting 100 bikes per day, it's no problem. It just needs that every one of them need to be less than 45 minutes and put it back. So that for me was cool, because anyway, my training should be from 1.5 to maximum 2 hours, but usually it's 1.5 hours. So it's almost 2 to 3 bikes per day. So that was the idea. I usually take it like from the place I work, which is an area called Business Bay. Either I go to Burj Al Arab, so I go across the Business Bay Canal and then across the beach till Burj Al Arab, like this 7-star hotel, and then come back. Or if I'm in the mood of longer, harsher workout, I actually take it all the way to Palm Jumeirah and then go all the way back as well. To be honest, it's very fun, because as much as I like the treadmill workout, because usually I put something on my phone on the treadmill and I watch it, so it's not that boring. But after a few days, it gets boring, because every day, 1.5 hours on the same treadmill, doing exactly the same exercise, sometimes it gets boring. So cycling, it's very nice, because when you are doing this, it's literally on the road and crossing different areas, like different beaches, different tracks, all like I'm seeing Burj Al Arab, I'm going to the Palm. All this, it's nice because it breaks this boredom, I would say. It becomes fun. It becomes something like, even I can see a lot of apps or a lot of videos, even me, sometimes I do this, when I do something indoor, I watch something outdoor, like you watch a video of people cycling outdoor, for example, while you are cycling indoor, just to not get bored and something like this. So it's better even if you cycle outdoor. Again, I cannot do it every day, because sometimes also temperature is too low compared to Dubai. I'm not talking about other countries that can reach negatives, but compared to Dubai, sometimes it's a bit cold for me to go out, so I do treadmill inside. When the weather is good or during the weekend, I actually prefer cycling over the treadmill, because it's more fun, and to be honest, I don't get bored quickly, so it ended up that actually I'm doing much more kilometers, much more time. I think the maximum I did so far, but that was a very crazy day, I didn't reach it again, it was 100 kilometers. I think it's almost 5 hours maybe, That was like a crazy workout. I do not recommend it for everyone. I'm not gonna even do it every day, but just to say how much fun it was. I was not really annoyed. Every time I was like, I have still some energy. You know what? Let me go to Palm now. You know what? Let me go to this track now. You know what? Let me try this new track now. So it was not really boring and it was very nice. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that next video will be a very good news and it's gonna be much more frequent than right now. I'm trying to learn to record better. I think next video, hopefully fingers crossed, I'm gonna have an external mic, so the sound is gonna be hopefully better. Just checking the accessories and everything, and see you next week.